This is Channel 2 News, coverage you can count on.
Fires continue to rage across northern Nevada tonight, forcing some residents to evacuate. We have an update on each major fire, and we will get a look at that very critical forecast. Firewatch tops Channel 2 News at 7 o'clock. Firefighters really are stretched to their limits tonight, and the fire danger could escalate even further. I'm Landon Miller.
And I'm Kristen Remington. Thanks for keeping it here tonight. We wanted to let you know that we do have a new fire burning in the Silver Springs area. We have a crew heading to scene right now. We also have some images from NASA of the two largest fires you see right there. No surprise, the Earthstone Fire is one of them. It started in Spanish Springs Monday. It has burned up to I-80. 26,000 acres is the measurement there, and it's 30% contained. And then we have the Truckee Fire, which is on the right side of the screen. It's burning to the east of that, nearly 71,000 acres and just 35% contained.
Yeah, wow, that's really incredible to see those images from space. Just goes to show you how large these fires are. And then one that was not in that picture was the Winnemucca Ranch Fire. That's burning near Palomino Valley. It is 3,500 acres, and we're still waiting to get the most up-to-date containment number. I believe it's 30% right now. Let's check in with Elizabeth Olvera, right?
That's right. She's live. She's been covering this fire since it broke out last night. Liz, what can you tell us?
Well, officials say that this one has grown to more than 3,500 acres and is currently about 20% contained. Palomino Valley area residents are still being asked to voluntarily evacuate. Now, if you look behind me, you can see just the acres of burnt land, and it looks like the fire just mostly missed that house over there where the smoke is still smoldering up in the hilltops. We spoke to one local homeowner who evacuated last night, saying that she fears for the worst.
The wind came up and it really took off, and we thought, we're probably going to come back to a heap.
Officials have confirmed that structures have been affected, although it's still not clear exactly how many or what types of structures there were. Now, one local man told us that his trailer home did burn down. The fire is currently spreading throughout Palomino Valley. Residents are strongly advised to evacuate their private properties as well as any animals to help crews with their suppression efforts. One local homeowner told us he used his tractor last night to cut back some sagebrush, and even still, the fire reached just 50 yards away from his home. And while he's already evacuated his property, he has a warning for other residents who may be hesitant to do so.
When you're looking at flames leaping 20 to 30 feet in the air and they're approaching your home, it's time to think about leaving.
Once again, the evacuation center for this area is the Ironwood Event Center just off of Whiskey Springs Road. Currently, there are about 100 animals sheltered there, but plenty of more space for both people and animals. Also, another thing to note, a couple of hotels are offering discounted rates to evacuees. For that information, you can visit our website at KTVN.com. We'll have more updates as they do become available. Covering Firewatch Live, Elizabeth Olvera, Channel 2 News.
Okay, Liz, thank you. Now, from the Winnemucca Ranch Fire to the Earthstone Fire now.
Paul Nelson is live on Interstate 80, where this fire reached the road after burning some 25,000 acres from the mountains east of Sparks. Paul, that road's back open, though.
Yeah, it is where we're standing, but you can see behind me, traffic has slowed way down. The cars are a lot fewer and far between, and that might have to do with a new road closure. NHP tweeted out that between USA Parkway and Wadsworth, the Interstate 80 is closed. And if you look off into the distance, you can see that big plume of smoke. That is right above the freeway, right next to USA Parkway. And that's just the area we can see. That burn area has been moving closer and closer to the road. So it's been moving down the hill. Now, luckily there's no structures in danger, but the fire has moved a long ways. It started in Spanish Springs just 2 days ago, and it's traveled all the way just 10 miles away from Wadsworth. So Wadsworth residents should be on the alert just in case that starts spreading even farther to the east. Now, there were also some issues with power. AT&T is doing what they can to restore all that. Right now, there are 220 firefighters on this fire. Some of the biggest challenges are the terrain. They can't really get their crews up into some of this high mountainous area. Covering Firewatch Live, Paul Nelson, Channel 2 News.
Yeah, and it was too smoky earlier in the week to even have air attack in some parts too. So, all right, Paul, we know they're doing their best. Thanks so much. Out in Fernley, 2 wildfires continue to burn, the Earthstone and Truckee fires. Ryan Kennedy has a look at the new challenge that firefighters could be facing tonight.
Since we last checked in, the Earthstone Fire is now 26,785 acres, and it's now 30% contained. The Truckee Fire, however, remains at 70,500 acres, but that is now 40% contained. However, a new challenge is going to be facing both these crews in this area later tonight, as dry lightning and wind could create a risk for more fires in the area.
We are seeing increased winds today. They're 10 to 15 miles an hour. We're getting heavier gusts. And then, of course, the low relative humidity that's out here, the fuel conditions with the abundance of grass we have, is creating optimal conditions for burning.
According to Sierra Front, they've had no reports of dry lightning creating a fire so far. They say with no rain accompanying the lightning, it doesn't help the already dry conditions. If a fire does break out near the current Earthstone or Truckee fires, crews say they'll adjust their resources accordingly.
The extreme winds that we're seeing out here and how it's affecting the fire. Of course, we're not going to put anybody in a line that's going to get them in trouble. So we're doing our best to mitigate that. But people need to be very aware that this weather is causing for this fire to grow, run, and potentially move in directions that we're not expecting.
Again, you can see that the weather system has already moved here into Fernley and is getting closer now to the Earthstone and Truckee fires. We've already, in fact, seen a few lightning strikes, and the wind is starting to pick up speeds out here. Crews say this isn't the end of it either. They, in fact, expect more dry lightning strikes later in the week. Covering Firewatch, Ryan Canada, Channel 2 News.